Good morning, good evening all. Welcome to Black Bull Markets here on a Monday morning as we prepare for a pretty monumental week in the markets for Brexit, for the Brexit calendar. On Tuesday, we have the all-important vote on the Brexit deal. A lot of news has been building up to this, especially recently with the markets, as you can see here, dropping to a yearly low at 126.58 following the vote to give Parliament more power in this theatrical play at the moment. It's been a bit of um, a cluster F word, excuse my French, but looks like we're heading to a possible rejection of Theresa May's proposed agreement, and with that presents a whole list of possible scenarios, including that of a second referendum vote, or the possibility of Theresa May stepping down, which is highly likely in the eyes of a no confidence vote. So the chances of it being rejected are pretty high with view of the markets, and that low being tested last week was a clear indication of that. On the flip side, however, if there is a mutual agreement within the party on the plan, we could see further confidence back into the sterling cross itself and cable across the board. UK indicators last week were pretty good. PMI was positive. Chances of this market though heating up is very high. So it's definitely a pair that's on everyone's watch list at the moment, and we seeing that low tested last week does also present a lot of uncertainty in the trader's mind. So if you do have open positions on cable at the moment, keep your eyes on it, or consider reducing your risk depending on your risk appetite, or putting more risk on if you're thinking of a clear direction for this pair. Just to present some scenarios in terms of the Brexit steps that we could potentially see. Following Bank of England testimony last week, we did see Mark Carney bring a sigh of relief, or perhaps some reality into this situation, saying that banks are well equipped in terms of their cash balance to handle the possibility of a no-deal Brexit. But in general, there are many scenarios that we should consider. So first one could be a complete chaotic exit, and that would, be probably the worst case scenario. Second one being the announcement of a general election. That again is very highly likely. Third one being a second referendum vote, which again is pretty likely and it's been touched upon a lot more recently. And fourth one, you could see a new challenge from the Conservative government party, as well as Theresa May possibly stepping down. So those are things that you should consider moving into tomorrow's meeting. The pound, as we look at it, is on a downward sloping trend, as you can see on this daily chart. We're still operating below these two key moving average lines. It's 100 and the 50, where you had a cross previously earlier in November. RSI is also pretty sideways, with the stochastics also very much in neutral territory. What you can see though, this low again marked here with this red line, and it's pretty much in a bit of a sideways range ever since the beginning of the month. But we could see a bearish mood continue to prevail in this market. The indicators are still very bearish, and the pair, if it does break 126 or tests that low and breaks it again, you could see a move further to the downside. On the flip side, you would really need a break of this 128 mark, which is capped here by the 100-day moving average, to really get any force zone over the upside. So traders be looking above 128, 129, or even 130 to really confirm a bullish reversal should the Brexit deal indicate softer Brexit terms, or a new referendum perhaps. Both factors are really seen to be positive for sterling. So moving from the technical side, on the fundamental side, the UK is scheduled to publish some data, a flurry of economic indicators, including the manufacturing report for October, trade and monthly GBP data on today as well, and the release in the UK for the labour market report for November is also scheduled for Wednesday. as well as the unemployment report, which is currently at 4.1%, and seen to not have a change from that year on year. So interesting little things to watch out there for the labour market data following on from this Brexit vote. But this is what's key. This is what everyone's looking at. Keep your eyes on sterling. Keep your eyes on the FTSE 100. It's going to be a big day tomorrow, so stay safe whatever you do, and for any issues or any questions, if you want further clarity on this information, feel free to let us know, and good luck with your trading. All the best.